Good evening, Professor Brown and fellow classmates. My name is Corey M. Stansberry. Tonight, my persuasive speech will be: should we hold parent guardians more accountable for the success of today's youth in America? In the early 60s and 70s, there was an implementation of a home visit that happened earlier on in the school year, where the homeroom teacher or classroom teacher would go out to the house or dwelling place of that particular student, talking to the parent or parent guardians of that particular child. And what that did in retrospect was create a bond right in front of the very eyes of that child, that let them know that their child, that their teacher and their parent was on one accord. And it was not much that they could do that would be manipulative or in the way of deceitful between the two, because they understood that the teacher and the parent guardian was working on one accord. There was a certain level of expectation from an academic standpoint on the parent, expressing to them the desires to have them involved, to have them participate, and to have them help to get these children of America in society to be able to rise up to the particular standard as it pertains to core standards and curriculum. Since then, there has been less of that and more paper pushing, I would like to call it, and more red tape or rules and regulations and codes of conduct that has been implemented because of certain lawsuits. And to a certain extent, I understand that. To me, there will be ways around it. If I were to be on the school board or be in a position to regulate some rules and regulations and changes, I would place a contractual agreement that would stand in a court of law between the guardian and parent guardian and the school, stating that we will do what is best for your child in all its best interest to make sure and assure that they are getting the help that they need. With that being implemented, it would allow us to understand that a lot of the success of a child is predicate on how the academics that they learned in school is supported at home. I remember being a little boy, there was, in my house, everything that had a major name was labeled. The stove had the word stove or oven on it. The refrigerator had the word refrigerator on it. The sink had the word sink on it. So on and so forth in regard to different things around the house that was labeled. It did a few things for me. Word recognition. It helped me to sound some things out phonetically. And it also put those words embedded in my mind so that when I see those particular letters, I knew the sounds that they made. Though my teachers had me for 8 hours out of the day, those hours that I was home between roughly around 5 to 9 p.m., I believe my bedtime was enough time, if it was not filled with those academic tutelages that my mother, who is now a retired teacher, if she had not put those things in my pathway, those wee hours, those few hours, would be enough time to actually lose everything that I've been taught during that particular school day. To me, that is paramount. Let's talk briefly about medicines and different aids that our children are given now to help them with their focus and to help them with different handicaps that they may have or special needs or disabilities. I believe that it is the parent's sole responsibility to make sure and see that these children get these things. And if they are not given to if the children or the needs aren't met on a significant enough basis, there needs to be some type of report that goes to a caseworker, someone, the school liaison in regard to family services, that needs to say, listen, There has been a gap between school and home, and we are giving you fair warning that there needs to be some type of reconciliation or to rectify the particular situation, or we will press charges. That's my belief. I believe it is to know a child needs something and to not give it to them is the very first steps of child neglect. No child should be going to school hungry. No child should be going to school with clothing that is not suitable for the weather. No child should be deprived of those things that they need to thrive in an academic setting. If we restore this, if we restore this institution that was once taken out, I believe, it is my earnest desire and belief, that it would not only bring a higher level of respect for one's academic standards personally, it would also make society better because it teaches them a respect for authority on both ends. I have witnessed and have experienced situations where students felt it okay to disrespect the teachers and authority in place because of what they've been taught at home. And I honestly believe that a child at no time should disrespect authority, even if the authority is wrong, because two wrongs don't make it right. And there will be a time that even the wrongdoing on the professional end of that teacher or professor or educator will be a time to reprimand, or there will be a time to file a grievance against that particular teacher. Once we get everyone working together, I strongly believe that not only will we see better test scores, we will see a stronger desire for teachers to work. We will see less burnout in teachers. We will also see a boost in community-based programming and community unity, for the children will understand that they live in this community, they must respect this community, and they will put back into it because the morale would be boosted from just making sure that teachers and educators work together with parents and guardians to be on one accord, so that everything will be all balanced, and we will all work together to make sure that we have smarter, brighter, more intelligent students across this great nation. Thank you so much, and good night.